We are going live.
Hey! We are live.
We are live.
This is Joke Zero.
Joke Zero.
Nice.
We
We need a theme song. Joke Zero.
That's if we go for like a metal
pretty
new wave
good.
thing.
Yeah.
I like it.
Ladies and gentlemen, a musician has joined us.
Yes.
Has infiltrated our ranks of comedy people.
Yeah.
And now musician people are
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
Namely Jason Kaye.
Mainly me. I'm the only one here.
Yeah. But
Well
you're not a
done.
musician.
I know a couple chords on
Oh,
the
yeah?
ukulele.
Oh, hey.
I'm sorry.
Which is nothing.
You are one.
Everyone knows a couple chords on the ukulele without even really trying. It's very easy.
True. It's like the recorder of the stringed instruments.
Yeah.
We're on Mob Crush.
What's Mob Crush?
That's a great question. Mob Crush is a platform,
Yeah.
the streaming platform that they do on the internet.
Right.
www.internet.com.
.com. Anybody on there?
Slash
Mob Crush?
Slash Mob Crush.
Internet.com.
Al Gore is on there.
On Mob Crush or just
He's
the
on
internet?
the internet.
Yeah.
I already invented it, right?
Yeah, he
Yeah.
started it. We
Yeah.
finished it.
Yeah, you finished the internet. Yeah.
And and mostly it's like video game people doing video games, but we're here doing comedy.
Nice.
Comedy
We're doing
games.
joke games.
Oh yeah,
Joke
jokes.
games? Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's called Joke Zero.
Ah.
And basically
Mm-hmm.
the plan, the goal, the idea is that we're searching for the quintessential joke.
Ooh.
Like the ultimate, the most pure joke from whence all jokes sprung.
What is the criteria for quintessentiality?
Well, the Supreme Court.
Yeah.
Personally?
Yeah.
Not well, I mean acquaintances, yeah.
Sure.
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
Pornography.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
I agree with you.
Well, you know how the Supreme Court defined pornography.
Oh, I know when I see it, right?
Exactly. That's
So,
exactly what Joke Zero is like.
You'll know it.
We'll know it when we hear it and laugh at it.
So it's not the funniest joke, it's just the most joke.
The one that you're like, oh, that just has a certain je ne sais
Quoi?
ha.
Oh,
Thank you.
man.
Is that it? Is that the joke zero?
Yeah, that was a short podcast
All right,
series.
yeah.
I mean, no, is it a podcast? We're a podcast.
See you later,
Podcast.
everybody.
Streaming
Yeah.
Vlog.
Vlogcast?
Vlogcast?
Yeah.
Mm.
So, yeah. And
So you'll know when you see it.
we'll know it when we see it.
Mm-mm.
You'll know it when we see it.
Yeah.
I'll know when you guys see it.
Our previous guest, Leslie Cena,
Mhm.
described it as the platonic ideal of a joke?
The platonic ideal.
Yeah, was Plato the one that's like, this is the best chair? That's not what he said, but I mean, like, this is the most chair that's ever been a chair, right? Is
I
that
think
a thing?
that's true. Yeah.
Right.
That sounds right.
Yeah.
Like this roast beef sandwich is the most
roast beef.
sandwich.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the most roast beefy of roast beef sandwiches.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what he said. He's a big Chinese
Plato
fan.
was very Aristotelian, I find.
Because
Never mind.
That
I just
was
think
Arist-
silly.
No, it was Aristotle.
Or was that Aristotle who was Aristotelian?
I think it was
One of those was.
I'm pretty sure it was Socrates.
Yeah.
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 All I know is Plato was Plato a virgin? Because of the platonic relationships?
Oh,
Is
interesting.
it just him being frustrated all the time?
That's a great
Or is he
question.
happy with it?
Or maybe for him, that's his.
Was he?
He probably made everybody.
I think he was an incel.
Oh, he was the first incel.
Yeah.
He would be incel 0.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Wow. That's
We
all.
solved one thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We solved.
Welcome to Incel
L0.
Zero. The Incel. No, it's not
Yeah.
even.
No.
This show always ends up in weird, horrifying directions.
Yeah.
But anyway, you're a comedian,
Yes, I
a
am.
musician,
Musician too.
a
Yeah.
voiceover.
Do voiceover. Yeah, voiceover actor. Do that
Yeah.
full time now.
No
Which is
kidding.
great. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Nice.
Yeah. Commercials, video games.
Cool. Comedy, not funny.
There's a lot of them. Well, yeah, a lot
Yeah,
of
a lot
them.
of
Yeah, that is true.
That is true. Most
Yeah.
people I know that do comedy aren't funny.
Yeah.
You guys are hysterical, but like I think,
good.
yeah,
Phew.
yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right, Dan.
It's interesting. You know? Not a bad thing, just a fact.
Yeah.
It's probably not a great thing.
You had that whole list of people that you said aren't funny that you said.
I know.
Yeah.
There's at least 40 people on that list.
I do provocative things, but nothing like that. I would never do that.
No.
I'm nice to people.
To people you are,
Yes,
yeah.
Yes.
But comedians.
But comedians,
Yes.
they're outside of the people genre.
That
The
is
genre
a way.
of species,
In a
they're
way.
different. They're looking
Yeah.
in, you know.
Yeah.
Instead of Homo sapien, they're
Homo comico. Now that'd be like a Spanish
Hetero sapiens, I find there.
Do you think
hetero
so?
sapiens. Yeah.
Yeah, we don't want to use a slur.
They're all
No.
different. No, they're all different sapiens. You know?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's what hetero means?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
Who knew?
No one.
No one. You did, yeah.
Only Dan. No one.
But
Only
okay,
Dan. All right.
let's enough fooling around, enough tomfoolery, enough all of us foolery. Let's get down to brass jokes. Because the fact is,
Keep it up. This is scary.
there's breaking news
Really?
in the world of humor and current events because the big Iranian deal happened.
Oh,
you know?
yeah.
And then Iran shot 20 missiles at Israel.
Really?
So yeah, and then Israel is retaliating. So I think we finally solved the problems there. So, I think this is it. They figured it out. You know, Iran sent some missiles. Israel's retaliating.
Then they call it square.
Call it square.
They call it square.
Yeah.
Square.
Even
Yeah.
Stevens.
Even Stevens. Yeah.
Can you imagine if
So-
they're like, we're looking for a kind of even Steven agreement? Sorry, Steven.
Yeah.
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 That wasn't a joke.
No, it was.
I wouldn't want to interrupt you because I thought, like, oh wait, Dan's gonna get to some kind of punchline about like you because you
I
said
thought it would be,
and Israel sent back
I
an
thought it
equal
would-
amount of missiles.
I thought I would be able to come up with a joke
Oh,
while I was doing it because I knew it was happening.
I didn't know that. I knew that didn't
Yeah.
Trump pull out of the deal?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Iran shot a bunch of missiles. So my joke was supposed to be that now everything's going to be fine.
Oh, right.
But I couldn't get it out properly.
It's okay.
Thanks, man.
You know, Trump pulled out of the deal, which he does instead of wearing a condom. So
Yeah.
Ugh.
See,
man.
He bases his foreign policy off of his domestic.
Oh,
policy.
yeah.
Oh.
Hey,
Domestic disturbance. I don't know.
Yeah.
getting kind of stormy if you.
Oh, there it is.
Well, do you have a joke? Now that I started on a weird, horrible note.
Sure. What do I have? Oh, sure. See, I think didn't write the date down of this. But I think it says tomorrow. Tomorrow is the anniversary of the birth of John Wilkes Booth, the man who assassinated Abraham Lincoln.
Mm-hmm.
It was the biggest political crime committed in a theater, not counting being charged $300 to see Hamilton.
No.
Oh,
Those are pricey tickets.
pricey tickets.
Bigger crime than the murder
of
the great emancipator.
Yeah.
As he is known.
yes, a much greater crime.
Yeah. Honest Abe.
Yeah, you know he didn't die until like 4 days after that.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, because he got like back then bullets just sucked.
That long.
You know what I mean? So it just like stayed in his head for a while. And even he was talking for a while. I only know that because I like went to the museum.
Mm-hmm.
He was talking for a while after that, and he was like, "Oh man, this sucks." And they because I think they kept telling him like, "Hey, you're not. This isn't. You got. I mean, you got shot in the head."
Yeah.
But he's like,
Ouch.
Ouch.
He's like,
ouchie,
and he just but he like they have like a painting of him with like a Band-Aid. Not a Band-Aid, but like this giant. It was the first Band-Aid Zero on his head. But and then he obviously, he died.
Yeah.
Oh.
But like he was talking, like can you imagine that? Same thing with Van Gogh.
Van Gogh,
Like when he shot himself, he didn't die immediately. It was like he shot himself and then he went, fuck, and then he went to the
I
hospital.
didn't know that.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah.
Poor Van Gogh and poor Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah.
I didn't know that because when I watched the movie, it ended before that.
No,
It ends with him being like, "Well, see you later. I'm off to see a show."
Wink.
You're like, oh, that means the next one
And
the
then
Joker's
everyone's
gonna
like-
show up.
Exactly.
Our American cousin.
Yeah.
The Joker.
The Joker. No, but even in that movie, after he gets shot, they're like, "Is he okay in there?" He's like, "Well, he's stable," but
Yeah.
at the end of the Lincoln, he's like, "I mean, he's dead."
Yeah.
Spoiler.
Spoiler right now.
Is that how it ended?
Yeah, because I think he's like in bed and he was like,
Really? I don't remember.
I'm serious. So I think he says, "I'm going to go to the show," and I thought this has to be the ending.
I think that's what I
And then-
thought was happening.
Well, and then they
There's a
kept going.
post-credits
After.
scene.
Yeah, Nick Fury should have said, like, "How would you like to be shot in the head for your country?"
I said yes because he's a hero.
Yeah.
And a martyr. Hawaii lawmakers passed a bill to ban sunscreens damaging coral reefs.
What do you?
Wait, what? Could you
What?
repeat that?
Yes.
What is it?
Hawaii lawmakers passed a bill to ban sunscreens that are damaging coral reefs.
Sunscreens.
Yeah, sunscreens are damaging coral reefs.
So they're like washing off of
The
people.
Watching all the
chemicals,
people in the
exactly.
thing.
Well, I think those coral reefs are going to be just fine, said Hawaiian lawmakers moments before coral reefs were decimated by lava.
Oh no.
Yeah, right.
That was a joke.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
That's really good.
Right. Ripped from the
Mhm.
things. You know?
Headlines?
From headlines. So you guys like made your jokes.
Yeah.
Okay. I was gonna tell this some of my grandfather's.
I think
old
that's
jokes.
fine.
Yeah.
So do you want
The old and the new.
do you want like a quick one first, or the one that he told me and my brother as if it was a real story, and then at the end it was clearly
I think
joke?
we should start with the quick one.
Yeah. And then I think
the long.
maybe
Yeah.
you can trick us later.
Yeah.
I could be like, hey, I don't know if I told you guys about this thing my grandfather did. It's crazy.
We're like, yeah.
Yeah.
I know you haven't heard it. Tell us.
Okay, so a really good one that my grandfather told me, and my brother, and we said this was the funniest thing in the world when we were 10.
Mhm.
He said, so there's, I think I told this one to you the other day, but I think it illustrates the point. So there's these two horses, and they're talking to each other at a racetrack,
Mhm.
and one of them says, "Hey Harvey, I'm really kind of scared because I hurt my leg, and that means pretty much death for horses, And he's like, "Oh, don't worry, man. Like, I mean, maybe they'll use you as like a stud or something." And he's like, "Maybe. I hope so. I just don't. I really don't want to die." He's like, "Hey, we're all gonna die, And then a dog walks by and he says, "Hey, do you guys know if there's like a bathroom around here?" And then one horse says to the other, "My God, it's a talking dog." Yeah.
Yeah.
I loved it as a kid, and now I'm like, cute. It's a cute joke. Cute old grandpa
It's
joke.
pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, what's his name? That pothead comedian had a joke like that.
Mitch Hedberg?
The more recent one, Super High Me.
Doug Benson.
The poor man's Mitch Hedberg.
Oh, ouch.
No, I just said it was
Doug
Mitch
Benson, if you're watching.
Yeah.
Oh, shoot.
Sorry, Mitch
No,
Hedberg,
Mitch Hedberg
if
is
you're
a
watching.
legend.
Yeah.
From
No,
the great.
Great. He's the alive man's Mitch Hedberg.
Yeah, that's what I meant to say. But all alive men are poor, mostly. So
Mhm.
unless you're in the 1%.
That's true.
Yeah.
This is a very topical show that one of those shows hits the issues.
Yeah.
Meet the press.
It's Meet the Press. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you only need to meet them once?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a terrible joke.
You're just continuing meeting the
But you're
press.
just meeting the press over and over again.
That's
Like you
true.
already met the press.
How can you do
one
more
time?
than one
How can you have
show?
more than one? It should be meet the press and then let's continue
See
this relationship.
see the press again.
Is it like a
Yeah.
51st date situation?
Yeah, where the
Is it-
world has
There's amnesia?
amnesia. Yeah.
The producer after the first show, they're like, "Cut! That was a great first show." The producer's like, "Oh shoot! Did we already print the title? Yes.
Okay.
What are we supposed to do for the second show?
Well,
They already met the press.
I built this memory weapon.
We're gonna have to take the memory weapon all across the United States, No. Wait, we already. It's already satellite shown across the world.
Is there a way
it's a global show now because of cable.
Well, if you encode it in the broadcast, that signal.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, like in Videodrome, where like there's a single signal in the thing that
Or we could use like that that big phoenix from Harry Potter, that the Fantastic Beasts, who went into a cloud and then turned it.
I don't know.
Into rain.
Didn't the cloud already do that?
Well, yeah, but he turned the rain into rain that makes people forget.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. All the people who got rain.
That's different than a regular cloud.
Yeah. As far as we know, how would we know?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. We're not elephants.
No, they're not.
Do you have a joke?
I've got a few jokes. Let's see, what should I do? Big story. Tenacious D announced they are making a sequel to their movie, The Pick of Destiny.
Yeah.
It will answer the questions raised by the first movie, such as, did anybody actually pay to see The Pick of Destiny?
Oh!
I did.
I also did.
Oh, wow, that's amazing.
You'll be in the sequel then, because you'll answer the question.
Yeah,
it's two people.
It wasn't that good of a movie.
I expected it to be better.
I mean, I love Tenacious D.
And I know it was a big bomb, so it's very strange that
why
making
would they,
a sequel to a movie that was not very good and that bomb.
And it's not a cult hit either.
No.
It's not.
It's a cult bomb.
It's a cult bomb.
The cult did not like it.
The cult loved it. The band, The Cult, and cults.
Wild Country did not enjoy
Osho. Oh, man. Brutal.
Well, carbon dioxide levels are reaching record highs in Earth's atmosphere.
Oh, no.
Yum, said a bunch of hungry trees. It's like a chill child's joke,
Yeah.
Yeah. The trees are hungry.
Yeah, for carbon dioxide.
Yeah. A bunch of starving trees.
A lot of thin trees.
Yeah.
Skinny trees.
Skinny. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Succulents.
Yeah, man.
Do trees? Trees eat carbon dioxide for.
They eat it.
Then they spit out. They vomit out oxygen.
They vomit oxygen.
Yeah,
we breathe vomit.
Bulimic.
Yeah, bulimic trees. Only in LA. Yikes.
Yeah.
Do you want to do another joke?
Well, I would tell a joke, but I have like a story my grandfather told me.
Yeah, you can
It's more of like a
sounds like a detour, but okay.
Yeah, but so he told me, and this is true, and he told this to me and my brother when we were eating Italian food. We were at an Italian restaurant at like 6 at night, so it was pretty crowded. It was like families were there and stuff. And we can be vulgar on the show.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
I did it last time on accident. I forgot that I wrote a bad word in a joke.
Yeah. So, So basically, my grandfather, he lived in the 80s, early 80s, lived in the Marina City Club, which was a kind of swingers paradise. As it were.
And where? In
Marina Del Rey.
Marina Del Rey.
Yeah, he just lived in a penthouse on the top, and it was like this like party club and shit like that. And he told us the story of this woman that came in one time that he hooked up with.
Sure.
And he's like, so I'm with this broad, right? And I start fingering her, right? You know what I mean? And I was like, me and my brother were like, yeah, okay. We were about 20 or something at this point in our lives. and I got like, one finger in there. And she's like, oh, Carl, like, just put two in me. Come on, and I said, all right, baby, all right. So I got 2 fingers in there, just kind of doing like a come hither motion, and she's like really into it. She's really into it, right? And then she's like, hey, get 3 fingers, get 3 fingers in there. So then I get 3 fingers, and I'm like, hitting all walls, and she's just like, it's like a rainforest in there, right? So then she says, put your pinky in my pussy as well. So now I got like, it's like a almost a glove, right?
Right.
And I'm like, playing the saxophone in a vagina, right? Yeah. And at this point, like, there's like a waiter walks by and he's like, hey, do you guys want more like garlic rolls? And me and my brother are like, yeah. This is all true. And then he's like, so anyway, we're getting hot and heavy, and my hand, it's like pruning up. And he says, put your thumb in my pussy.
Good.
And then he's like, it's like a goddamn puppet with this woman. Yeah. He's like, she's like, Carl. Unbelievable. And I'm starting to get cramps in my hand. And then she says, put your finger from the other hand in my pussy. And so now I'm doing this. Eventually, 10 minutes go by, and she's like, put another. And now I got two hands in here like this. It looks like I'm, warming my hands up, right? You can't do it because it's so goddamn wet. And then she says to me, Carl, clap. And I say, and I'm like, I can't. And then she says, tight, ain't it?
I mean, whatever you have to do to get a yes response.
So now when he told us that, he dragged it out for from the time we ordered till when the food got there. And it was like 15 minutes, and we're like, holy shit, then what? And he's like, you gotta remember, this is before AIDS. This is like Reagan just got in, right? I didn't like Reagan. But anyway, this is where my mind was at. And I'm with this bro, it's free love. You kind of thing. And we're like in it, and then he says tight in, and me and my brother just went, that whole thing was a lie.
Oh man.
Yes, that was one of those jokes that you didn't know.
The lying grandpa. Yeah. And it's funny because you told us that it was a fabricated story at the outset, but in the midst of it, like my mind was like in it as if it was real.
Yeah.
Crazy.
You know what I thought to myself also? I don't really do stand-up except when I do it as an alien. Yeah. But when stand-ups tell stories, they could all be lies. We don't know. Mm-hmm. Right? Can't they just lie?
Yeah, you're allowed to lie in jokes.
Yeah, can't you just,
Yeah. But then that's why some comedians are like, they pride themselves on their brutal honesty,
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then it's not very funny.
That's not funny.
Yeah.
Like, you think you could just go up and be like, I spent a lot of time being a janitor at a bathhouse just for the money. And then you can just make up any story you want, right?
Oh,
or can you just be like, I was in the Marines.
Yeah, you can lie.
You'll believe it.
Yeah, people will believe
Jokes
it. Right?
Are just lies dressed up as
fun.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But if you say a comedian's telling the truth when they say something, and they say, and this is true, and then they keep going, and then you know it's.
They do that.
You don't make up a part when you say this is true.
This is true. This is true.
So that's a way of saying everything else I say is a lie.
Yeah.
But right now it's different.
My whole life has been a lie until I said this is true.
This is true.
Wow.
But statically charged lunar dust is very, very bad for your lungs.
When would you ever get in contact with moon dust?
Well, also bad for your lungs, freezing the suffocating empty vacuum of space. Two things that are not good for your lungs.
Yeah.
It's like a good Norm Macdonald joke.
Oh, no.
The delivery of the vacuum of space.
Well, he's my hero.
Oh, he's the best.
Yeah, all my heroes are people who destroyed their careers, I find, which is probably not a good thing.
Well,
but he's back, baby.
Oh, yeah?
He's doing a Netflix thing.
He's doing another one?
He's doing a Netflix show.
Oh, really? I only know I saw his special. I thought it was great.
Which was fantastic.
I think he was the greatest Weekend Update
by
far.
No, he was like my childhood hero.
Yeah.
I like that he was he didn't give a crap.
So fucking funny. Yeah. So you got one?
Got a few. How do I choose? Did that one. Something I notice on every episode is celebrities keep having birthdays. I've mentioned that.
Oh yeah, that is weird that they were born.
Yeah, you think they just always exist.
Yeah. You kind of do.
Yeah.
For instance, this past Saturday, it was Brian Williams' 59th birthday. You could tell because he spent the day saying it was not his 59th birthday.
Because he's a liar.
He's a liar.
Yeah.
Remember when he lied like 3 years ago?
Oh yeah, about being somewhere, right?
Yeah,
like in a war, or not?
Yeah,
he
he's
was covering a
said
war.
that.
It was
Yeah.
like in like
he said he was under fire in a plane that was taken off. Right?
he was like in a plane like over Iraq that was like shot at.
Yeah.
But it turned out it was just like a different plane that was shot, not the one that he was in. But he was like, "Oh, I'm a hero.
Aren't I a tough hero, Brian Williams?"
Yeah, that's pretty good.
All right.
Brian Williams.
Thanks. And you're a voice guy. So. Just for taking it out of nowhere.
You could probably do a good Norm Macdonald.
Yeah,
there you go. Like, what is it? One of my favorite jokes he did was number 1 on the charts this week, better than Ezra. Number 2, Ezra. Good clean one. That was a good clean one. Yeah.
He's the funniest guy
so
ever. Everyone agrees. I remember someone was telling me, was it you?
Yeah.
Kevin McDonald. They were taking a class with Kevin McDonald.
Oh, nice.
He did classes sometimes from the kids in the hall. And
he did a voice on my band's album.
Oh, really?
A band we're called Hellcross. We're on Spotify, but we have an album called Trumpocalypse about the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse get fired because Trump can do their job. And Satan is Kevin McDonald.
Oh, that's
nice.
awesome.
And he does that voice of like the, you know, Satan.
He's so good at doing that voice. That is his actual voice.
That is his real voice. And he's the most Canadian guy I ever met. When we met him, he was wearing a Blue Jays shirt, Blue Jays hat, and all he talked to me about, he's like, do you watch hockey? Just talk to me about hockey for like 15 minutes.
I remember Bill Kessler was telling me that either he was taking a class with Kevin McDonald, someone did, and Kevin was they were talking about comedy and comedians and like who are the best comedians, and Kevin's like, well, you know, it's all subjective and there's different, and then one guy like just goes like, well, I always thought Norm Macdonald was the funniest guy ever. And then Kevin like just stopped to think for a minute. He's like, "Yeah, that's basically true."
Yeah, he is. Yeah. He really is the funniest.
It's not subjective.
It's not. No, he's objectively. He's a really good impressionist too.
Yeah, I know. It's just funny as he pretends that he's terrible.
Yeah, he like when I do Quentin Tarantino, it's just me doing him.
Yeah.
You say okay.
Okay,
all right. Like I'm doing a podcast. Okay, what are you talking about? I'm like big head. And that's just me. Norm Macdonald.
Yeah. Might as well.
Yeah. Well, the sun will produce a beautiful planetary nebula when it dies. So we have that to look forward to.
Yeah. Oh, man. That is, I got to tell you, that's pretty close to Joke Zero. Got that to look down.
Yeah.
So things are looking up.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
My grandfather has he's got like a joke, it's almost like a joke equation that he always does where so he's Jewish, and like if he finds out anybody is Jewish / something else, he has the same joke. So it's like, oh, you're half Italian, half Jewish. You don't know whether to buy it or steal it. Yeah. And then he'll just replace Italian with it. He's like, oh, you half Jewish, half Mexican, half Jewish, half black, half Jewish, half Persian. It's always like, you don't know whether to steal it or buy it wholesale. Buy it wholesale.
But it's like all the other people are
every
stealing.
Other is like, oh, you're Catholic, you don't know whether to steal it or buy it wholesale. Every other culture.
Everyone but Jews are stealing.
Yeah, and Jews are just trying to get a good deal, apparently.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
So ultimately, the Jews they're better people than at least they're not stealing.
They're not stealing. No.
Is that Joke Zero?
Maybe. Actually, yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's so.
It's pretty malleable.
Exactly.
It's a universal joke.
Yeah.
He had some other joke. I'll try to remember correctly, but it's not good. It's just like he's from Chicago, so it's just about like Irish cops, and like it involves a moil. So you know what a moil?
Yeah.
Moil. They're the guys that cut circumcised. Oh God, I forgot. But anyway, I'm butchering. There is no joke. All I remember is like if this were a joke, this is the evidence of the joke. The joke's been killed. So I know that. It's a joke about Irish cops. It involves a moil and like something about how like, oh, I know what it is.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. And now everybody, it's gonna. Okay, so this guy goes to Ireland, right? And he's like, "Oh man, I gotta buy a wallet for some reason." He's like, "Hey, hey, you guy over there with a bunch of wallets." And he's like, "Oh yeah, me? Yeah, you want a wallet? You want a wallet for you?" And the guy's like, "Yeah, but I want a really good one." He's like, "Oh, would you like a wallet that can grow and shrink depending on the weather?" And he's like, "Yeah, that would be great. I need a wallet like that.
Yeah, that's important.
It's very important in wallets." And he said, "Well, here, have this one. It's we make it out of fuck. Well, I forgot what he made it out of. But anyway, it's like, oh, dicks. Yeah. So we made it out of cocks, made it out of dicks, and you take all the penis scum, so when it gets really cold, it shrinks, and when it gets hot, it gets all nice and flabby." And he's like, "Well, what do you do with the foreskins?" And the guy's like, "Oh, we sent them to Chicago where they make cops." I know I didn't tell it right.
Dang, but that's just like brutal.
It's a brutal takedown of an entire culture there. Yeah.
It's like if you're like a mob boss or something, and like that's like what the joke you would say if you're at a car, like right before you're like blah 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 blah. Yeah.
You're like, and then he said this, right? Yeah. And then you're laughing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Baseball. They made it out of dead cops.
Yeah, dead cops. Yeah.
I remember a similar joke where it's like you buy this wallet, it's made out of foreskin.
Yeah.
But when it gets excited, it turns into luggage or something like that.
Oh, that's a good joke. What I told was, oh, there's he's got a bunch of other like short one-liners about. So Chicago apparently very what's it called? Corrupt. Yeah. I had some joke about like, oh fuck, what is it? Oh yeah, it's like the guy's so corrupt. When he died, if you gave him an enema, you could put him in a shoebox because he was so full of shit. That's how you know a joke's good. You have to like explain
what the heck it means.
I also have a theory that any joke that ends with "and the moral of the story is" a terrible joke.
Not a good joke.
It's like my mom would always send me jokes like, "and the moral of the story is." There's never been a joke like that that's made anybody laugh.
Fables are not good jokes.
No, generally not.
Yeah. So you gotta
sure. See where? Oh, I'll do this one. Yeah, why not? Nicki Minaj has announced a new album called Queen. Meanwhile, the surviving members of Queen announced an album called Nicki Minaj.
Of course.
Can you imagine?
Oh man!
In what world?
Yeah.
Wow. What concept album would that be?
Oh my god!
Jeez.
It have Adam Lambert on it.
Oh
he's
yeah,
their vocalist.
He is their vocalist.
Oh, that's so weird.
That's nuts. I heard they were gonna do a Queen movie.
Yeah, with Sacha Baron Cohen.
Yeah, but he dropped out because apparently, like Freddie Mercury, he said he wanted to do all of Freddie Mercury's like debauchery and like partying, and then have it end at when he dies. And Queen said, "Oh, we want that to be just the first half of the movie, and the second half is like how our band went on after that." And Sacha Baron Cohen's like, You did?
That sounds ridiculous.
Yeah, that's why like Jim Carrey dropped out too. He's like, what?
Jim Carrey?
Jim Carrey was attached for a second, and now it's
like Full Metal Jacket, where everyone will turn it off halfway.
Yeah. That's 2 movies.
But now it's like the from the Mr. Robot.
Yeah, him. Yeah. Rami Malek. What was his name?
Rahm Emanuel? No.
It's Rahm Emanuel,
yeah.
He would do it.
It's like, hey, I'm fucking Freddie Mercury.
Yeah, fucking Freddie Mercury, you piece of shit.
Isn't he from Chicago?
Chicago, yeah. Freaking Freddie
Mercury.
Made out of
foreskin or something.
Yeah, made out of foreskin.
Well, opioid.
It's cold in here.
Little Rom. An opioid distributor apologizes for shipping large volumes of painkillers to West Virginia. Said the opioid distributor, "Let me make it up to you with some free opioids."
Oh, that's awfully sporting.
That's great. That's fun.
Yeah.
That's a fun one. Oh, I got another grandfather joke.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay. So So a rabbi and a priest, they hang out all the time as they do, and they were on a hike, right?
Yeah.
And they're on this hike, and then they come across a nice green, lush, empty field, and there's this 7-year-old boy completely naked, just taking a nap, with his ass in the air, just because like he sleeps funny.
Yeah.
and the priest turns to the rabbi and says, I bet we could go down there and fuck that kid. The rabbi says, fuck him out of what?
Ooh.
Yeah. See, it gets both.
Yeah. Different strokes.
Yeah, different strokes. Ah.
Literally.
Literally. Yeah.
This show's filthy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good joke.
Yeah.
This is going on. Sure, I'll do it. Oh, this is sad, but I'll read it anyway. Yeah, I already committed to doing it, so I'll do it. Billy Crystal, he described Robin Williams as a scared man during their last encounters before his death. Robin was reportedly scared that he'd have to listen to Billy's Sammy Davis Jr. impression. It's like, blackface, babe, and it's almost a Dennis Miller impression.
Yeah. Oh, it is.
Hey, babe.
Yeah, babe. All right.
Yeah, babe. Cha cha.
Yeah, cha cha.
Yeah. Did not look marvelous.
Yeah.
No. I
Yeah,
hate when that happens.
Yeah.
It's another catchphrase.
Yeah.
I have on cassette Billy Crystal's album Marvelous.
Yeah.
I'd say about half of it holds up.
Really? That's good.
That's actually quite good. There aren't that many good. Well, is it a stand-up album?
It's a stand-up album.
Yeah.
Half of it's like pure stand-up. The other half is like
Sketches,
character sketches or impression sketches.
So wait,
like Howard puts up.
Haircut, so that was fun.
I'd say a lot of the impression stuff is still. I don't know if it holds up, but it's if you remember it in context of the era. It's like, Howard Cosell interviewing Muhammad Ali, and that's funny.
And he does a good job at doing it.
Yeah.
It's weird. I was watching they have Eddie Murphy's Delirious on Netflix. First half is like does not hold. Not only does it not hold up, he would like. Well, he's
a lot of homophobic stuff.
A lot of homophobic shit, and a lot of like. Well, now it'd be considered Me Too stuff. Yeah. It's a little like you're watching it, you're like, oh my god, this is
But he was like 20 or something.
He's like 24 or something.
Yeah.
George Carlin's stuff holds up.
Yeah.
Carlin's stuff still holds up.
Almost like wish it wouldn't hold up as much because it's always very like edgy, very extremely liberal stuff.
Yeah.
And we haven't advanced past a lot of it.
Gone past it. At all. Same thing with like a lot of Bill Hicks's stuff is like, I'm like, oh man. I remember getting into him like during the end of the Bush era. And I just kept thinking like, oh, it's the same thing. Shit.
Things aren't getting better.
Things don't. Yeah. Usually they don't.
Yeah. I was listening to a podcast today and Matt Taibbi.
Oh, Taibbi
was on it was just a clip of him recently on Joe Rogan, and it was like, holy Lord, it was depressing talking about the 2008 crisis, the financial crisis, because he covered that, And
it's like they're doing the same thing now.
Well, it's just like we never, no justice was ever found, no one went to justice, and like we never really dealt with it. And we're just kind of living in this post-world where nothing ever got solved.
Yeah, that was the first time where I thought, like, you can bail out companies?
Yeah.
Like, isn't that against the rules?
It's not good.
It's cheating. You can't.
Yeah, I mean, I really do think that...
I should have let some of them fail.
Oh, yeah, I would.
No one went to prison.
I would have... I was against it then, and I still would say, you just...
And I think they got rid of more regulations. Yeah. So I used to be very like, oh yeah, free market, because it just sounded cool.
Yeah.
And then when the 2008 thing happened, I went like, oh, like maybe like a couple rules would be nice. You know what I mean? Like a couple, like, oh no, you can't do that.
Oh,
yeah.
greedy people will take advantage of any opportunity.
And they're not even thinking of like the good of the company. They're like, well, I got a parachute package, so like it's like I'm just gonna like max out my money and then bail.
Yeah. Well, he was saying like some stuff that was like thought provoking because he's talking about how like like America had already there's a lot of screaming kids though.
That's all right.
But the America had already turned into like they'd already all their manufacturing, all their like real jobs had been shipped overseas, and like finance was all that we really had. Like was the base of our industry. Yeah. And so like these financial people, like a lot of like finance economics professors went into the sector because there was so much opportunity. They were looking like help us, and they just like tried to figure something out. So they created all the, obviously they created all the like crazy loans. What do we call it?
This was before the crisis.
Yeah, this is what led.
What do they call it? The like something finance, high risk.
Well, they were. I know. It's at a time.
Can we just let's just
put on, let's go
to the big short real quick.
Yeah. They can expand it. Yeah.
But yeah, they created all those loans, and so my point is though, like that was like the economy that we'd already gutted, and so it was finance, and they were like forced to try to keep growing it by keep creating new crazy loan structures. So it's like, is there an answer? Maybe not.
Don't do that.
Maybe we just gotta keep coming out with crazy crap.
I mean, some of it when they were talking about, at least in The Big Short, like how is that legal that you could then bundle all these subprime loans and then sell the insurance? Like there's got to be regulations on who you can loan
swaps.
Default. How does that work again?
Where they repackage, they repackage bad loans into other types of loans and then swap them back and forth. Like they both have bad loans. They kind of like repackage them with other loans, and then
that might be good.
And then well, they might be good, they might not. And then they then another party makes bets on which ones will fail and which ones will go, and then another party makes bets on that guy. So it was just
when they bet, like who's the house that pays them? You know what I mean? Like when they bet, is it
they're betting against each other?
They're betting against each other.
I think so. Yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah, I mean maybe like stop doing that. I don't know.
Yeah.
Watch The Big Short, everybody.
Yeah, watch The Big Short.
It's a good movie. I saw it with my mom. She thought there was too much cursing.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah. I saw it with my dad, and I had to keep pressing pause, going like, "Wait, what does that mean?" He's like, "All right, so there's a subprime." See, he explains it in a second.
I feel like Margot Robbie and Selena Gomez did a good job of explaining most of it. So
I mean,
like I got it from.
I got it.
I don't remember it, but I got it in the moment.
Yeah, I remember thinking like, "Oh yeah, she makes a good point." Probably.
Yeah.
So Margot Robbie, though.
Oh,
yeah. You know what I mean?
What do you mean?
What do I mean?
Yeah.
When you said, you know what I mean, Margot Robbie, what?
Well, let me explain in this joke.
Sure.
Oh my God, these jokes are terrible.
Oh, really?
Wait,
should I read a joke?
Yeah, you can read it.
All right. Trent Harmon, who won the final season of the original American Idol in 2016, is releasing his debut album this very Friday. The album is called "Even I Barely Remember Who I Am."
Nice,
right? Because
I don't know who that is.
The last American Idol I remember is
Kaye.
No, but I would say Philip Phillips.
Who's that?
He has that song like "Now I'm Coming Home" or something.
Oh,
but his name is Philip Phillips.
That's fine.
Easy to remember. Probably the last one who had actual hits.
Was Carrie Underwood an American Idol?
Season 2.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
Look at her now.
She's doing all right. Oh, she got her face all fucked up.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. It's bullshit. She's like, it's the first time she's even have to show her scars. There's like nothing there. And she's like, I'm still me.
Yeah.
You're like, it's nothing.
Yeah.
The rest of us have to walk around with our hideous decisions, particularly the human Stephen Hawking.
Yeah, that's funny.
Rest in his peace.
Yeah.
He was a good scientist.
He was great.
Yeah.
He was a good guy.
Yeah, he was.
Although, like,
He's known for his humor.
because it takes him a while. It took him a while to like type all the shit, right?
Right.
But like, so when he must have had when in any interview, he must have had this question sent to him, right?
I would hope so.
Right. So
yeah.
Because otherwise, it'd be like him going like, "Hold on," because like, how do you know he's got a quick wit?
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
That's true.
It's like one advantage you have when you're.
He would hit stop, play, stop.
Yeah.
Play. Yeah.
So really, like, you know.
Yeah.
And yeah, I know he did a voice in The Simpsons, but they could have just.
It could have been a lie.
The whole thing's a lie. Like what stand-up comedians do.
Yeah.
Unless it's like, this is true.
That's
That's not what Stephen Hawking sounded like.
I swear this really happened.
My buddy said the trick to do a Stephen Hawking. Well, you like put the words on the other side of your mouth.
Oh, yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I tell so many jokes.
Ah, that's good.
Yeah.
Is that what the real Stephen Hawking did?
Yeah.
He didn't have a computer. It was all a lie.
It was all a lie. He was just really lazy.
He went down the other side of his
You have to so keep it closed, like kind of like it's better. Yeah,
it's getting better. I'm working on my hockey. But
yes.
Oh man, this is a huge story. A company sold $25,000 service dogs that were really just untrained puppies.
What?
But if you ask me, cute cuddliness is the greatest service of all.
Yeah, it could be
it's just a fact. Yeah, not a joke. More of a fact.
Yeah. Here's a fact.
Yeah.
Adele, she recently turned 30 years old. She spent the day making a new album about getting dumped by age 29. That's what she does.
Oh yeah, she just gets dumped and stuff, right?
I mean, I think she's married now, but all her albums are about that though.
Yeah, like 25 was like some. Did you see the dude that dumped her? Like
no.
He just like some loser, like graffiti guy.
And he was the Banksy?
No, it's not Banksy. No, it's just some douche. And like you just like that's the guy you're singing about, you know? You want to find somebody like him? Really?
Yeah. Find someone better.
How about find someone better, huh?
Fun fact: we were talking about sort of malleable jokes before.
Oh, nice.
I also do the same joke when it's Taylor Swift's birthday.
Oh,
that makes sense.
She did an album about being done by whatever age she was before.
Yeah. And she has a new album out.
Well, it's not so new anymore,
but she has an album.
Yeah, maybe in October. Her new tour just started though.
That's what it was.
Yeah,
I like her. I think she's.
Cool. I like her. Yeah,
she's fun.
Got a charm.
I like that. Yeah, I like the 1989 album quite a bit.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Just, all hits.
And she writes her own music too. You know?
Yeah, I'll say that.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of Taylor Swift, 9/11 architect Khalid Sheikh Mohammed.
Oh, that kind of architect.
Yeah.
Sorry, for some reason I was like, that's a weird way to call the Twin Towers.
9/11 architect Khalid Sheikh Mohammed asks to brief senators. It's unknown what exactly Mohammed will brief senators on, though, because let's be honest, not a great architect.
I like it. I like it. I thought it was fun.
It's all right. Yeah.
I thought.
I think. Funny. Yeah. We got ahead of it a little bit.
I know. I didn't mean to interrupt because I thought when you said 9/11 architect, I was like, I thought
right there the first time.
Well, yeah, I'm a little unsure what you mean by 9/11 architect. Is it
exactly?
Did he make the buildings or did he orchestrate the attack?
I think that question is
not answered.
Essential to the humor.
I still don't even know.
He was the guy who orchestrated the not bringing them up,
but bringing them down.
Yeah.
Well, then is he a good? He's good at the kind of.
He's not good at my kind of architects, which are they build things.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of Taylor Swift, Taylor Swift and Katy Perry have finally ended their feud.
Oh, great!
Yeah.
Finally.
However, the feud will likely start up again the next time either of them needs to promote a new album.
Yeah, that's just like a fact.
It's probably a fact.
Yeah.
It's like, we need publicity.
More yeah, exactly.
Well, the breakthrough,
Yeah.
the Listen satellite, which is a new like.
Is that for aliens?
Exactly.
Oh,
The Listen satellite launches new search for ET across millions of stars. The satellite works by relaying waves of Reese's Pieces throughout the galaxy.
That's like that'd be a joke to write for Lori Beth Dinberg and all that, you know? Like, it's a deep cut, that sketch show for the kids.
Yeah, I know.
Back in the day. That's a cute one.
Kenan Thompson.
Kenan and Kel Mitchell, yeah.
Yeah.
I always thought Kel should have been on SNL.
He was the real brains of the operation.
Well, he just made me laugh more.
Mm-hmm.
But
he was in Mystery Men, though.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
The Invisible Man.
As
long
long
as nobody's looking at him.
film, Mystery Man.
You know who else was in that movie?
Okay.
CeeLo Green. And Michael Bay was in the film.
In the movie.
Dane Cook.
Oh, Dane Cook also, yeah. But
Yeah.
So CeeLo Green played one of the bad guys for a second, like him and these two other dudes that were in a band for a second. I guess.
Goody Mob?
Yeah, they were all in it.
Oh.
Yeah, and then Michael Bay, I guess, was like friends with the director or whatever, and he's like, "Yeah, I'll come on set." And they're like, "You want to be in?" And he's like, "Yeah, fuck yeah, dude." And then he just Michael Bay, dude, and he's like there, and you see him right. Basically, looks like Michael Bay, but he's got like a fun hat.
That's so.
Isn't that insane?
I feel like there is an era in Hollywood where it's like everyone of like every stature was just like hanging out in a way. Like the mid '90s, there was like there's so many like hangout movies where there's like a million people. Like most of the like, comedians, and there's just like, and there's Janine Garofalo, and there's Jon Stewart or whatever, and they're all just like they are all in it for like a minute, It's like,
I think the best movie that like had the first time as a kid, I was like, God, that has everybody I know in it. Was Mars Attacks?
Oh yeah.
But they each had like, so you had Jack Nicholson, Sarah Jessica Parker, Pierce Brosnan.
That's
Brosnan, right? Yeah, Brosnan. Martin Short, Michael J. Fox, Jack Black, Christina Applegate, Natalie Portman, Danny DeVito, Jim Brown, Pam Grier, Glenn Close. There's a couple other ones too that were in that. That old lady from Beetlejuice. God, who else was in? There was a couple other people.
Yeah.
Tom Jones.
Yeah,
He was great.
Crazy.
Annette Bening.
Oh,
Yeah.
Heavy hitters.
I love that movie. You know that movie bombed, I think?
Yeah.
That's bullshit. That's a great movie. I fucking love that movie.
Well, it came out the same year as Independence Day, and I think maybe people were kind of like, it stole so much thunder.
Oh, right. But, man, I think it's bad. Well, I don't know. I love Independence Day. It's different. But
way different tone.
Yeah. It's definitely a different tone than Independence Day. You know who else is in it? Ray J. You know, the dude that made Kim Kardashian famous. Yeah.
Interesting.
He's in it also.
Yeah. Well, Italy is still searching for a leader 2 months after elections. Well, their original leader disappeared down a big green pipe, and they still haven't found where he ended up.
Yeah. Mario.
Yeah.
Mario.
And Luigi.
Mario. And Luigi Mario.
Yeah. I remember when a kid was telling me that his name was Mario, and Luigi's name was Luigi Mario. Yeah. And I'm like, can you stop talking to me?
Please leave me alone.
Like, why do I care about that?
Me and my brother had a debate. My brother called me to back him up, and I agreed with him because he was in a debate. This was literally like a week ago. Who do you guys think is older, Mario or Luigi?
I would think Mario.
Yeah, Mario.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Yeah. So yeah, both of us agreed on that too. Anyway, go on. Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I thought they might have been twins.
Yeah.
That would be cool, but one would still be older.
They look pretty similar.
Yeah.
Yeah, one would be technically older.
See, me and my brother, I have a twin brother.
Oh, really?
But he's always been the older
Identical.
one. Fraternal. Actually, we could have done a Luigi Mario because I'm like a little bit taller.
That'd be fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, should we wrap up?
Yeah, okay. One joke each.
All right.
To end
real quick. So starting last Thursday, residents, I'm going to butcher the name, residents evacuated after the eruption of the Kilauea Am I saying that right?
I don't know.
Pretty close.
Kauai volcano in Hawaii. However, Fox News still insists that the Kauai volcano is actually in Kenya.
Yeah.
That volcano.
Oh, that's a good
Yeah.
one. That's a nice.
Pretty solid.
Good.
That's also
Intelligent
my
thinker.
go-to joke of anything involving Hawaii.
Oh,
Just
cool.
be like, Fox
malleable.
News says it's actually Kenya.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. That's great.
Well, you guys are gonna like this one.
Mm-hmm.
Turns out more Americans say they'll buy an electric car.
Okay.
Yeah, this is particularly true when they're trying to impress Ed Begley Jr.
That's topical.
Anyone would get it. You get it.
I get it. He's an environmentalist.
He's like super
Super
environmentalist.
I mostly know that from his appearance on The Simpsons. I don't even know,
Yeah.
was it really him or was it?
I think it was.
Wow.
It was.
You think
I
the guy
bet
made
They
they
it?
usually get the real ones, but it might have been one where it wasn't
Really?
him. I don't know.
No, I think it was him. I remember that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, let me think of it good. I have this one joke that I used to tell in 6th grade that I thought was the funniest thing. It wasn't. I'm trying to think of my other grandfather joke, but I can't remember them quite. But this one joke I thought was hysterical when I was in 6th grade, and now when I look back on it, it's an awful joke, and it's just like I think it's like slightly homophobic maybe, and just like very masculine and like stupid. But I used to tell it all the time. Yeah. So, so this guy, I'll just tell it. I don't agree with any of it now, and it's not funny. But I just remember
It's
thinking,
a product of its time.
what I liked about the joke is that anybody could tell it and like really make a meal out of it. You know.
Okay.
But I'll make it short. So this guy has a wife that just loves fucking him all the time.
Right.
Like
all wives.
Like all wives. And she's like a nymphomaniac, and he's like, he has to go out of town for a couple of days.
Mhm.
Do you know that? And he doesn't want her to cheat on him.
No.
But she's insatiable, and so he's like, okay, no, I don't want to. I'm gonna go to like a sex store, sex toy store, and just find the best dildo or vibrator for her, and be like, please don't leave me.
Yeah.
Fuck this thing. So he goes to some store, and he's like, I need the best fucking thing. And this guy says, okay, you want like really the best? And like he goes in the back and he gets this ancient looking dildo, right? And he's like, this is a voodoo dick. And basically what you do is you say voodoo dick my blank, and it will fuck it. And it'll be the greatest thing ever.
Sure.
And he's like, okay, great. I just need to like my wife. Do you know what I mean? The guy's like, oh yeah, wives. So then he buys the dick, gives it to the lady, right? He goes out of town. For some reason. Yeah. And then the lady is like, oh God, I really want to fuck. Oh, it's been 5 minutes. I gotta like bang. I really gotta bang.
Traditional wife.
Classic wife stuff, right? And then she's like, okay, well, you know what? Before I like just walk outside and just try to fuck everything,
right.
I'm gonna do what my husband said. And it's gonna okay, read the instructions here. Okay, so okay, great. She says, okay, voodoo dick my pussy. And then it starts fucking her.
Right.
Just like super hard. Right. And she's just squirting everywhere, as wives do. Yeah. And she's just having the greatest time of her life. And then she finishes and everything. But the thing is still just like, she's just fucking. And she's like, oh, she just comes again and again. It's been an hour now. And she's just like raw down there. And she's like, I gotta go to the hospital. This thing's not stopping. Yeah. I can't stop this thing. No. Oh my God. So she like gets in her car. And drives, right? Because she didn't call the ambulance for some reason. I don't know why. But she gets in her car. And she's like, "Fuck! I'm going to drive the urgent care, whatever. Yeah. They got to get this thing's just fucking." So she's driving incredibly fast, right? Going like 80 because she can't like her. Literally, her vagina's going to be. She might die, maybe, right?
I hope not.
And so this cop then. Like right, pulls her over, and he's like, "Ma'am, I pulled you over. You're speeding." She's like, "No, it's an emergency. I have to go to the hospital." He's like, "What's wrong?" And she tells him this whole voodoo dick story, and he's like, "Oh, voodoo dick my ass."
So
then the cop then died eventually because it's a story about. And he had a family.
That's become a sad joke.
Yeah, I added those last parts. Anyway, I thought that was a really good joke when I was like 12. Yeah, I thought that was like the funniest thing. And
It's up there.
Nah, I still think Kill Away is pretty good.
Yeah. You don't think that was joke 0?
What, the Voodoo Dick joke?
Yeah.
I think joke 0, I think you guys are right from earlier, is if somebody's half Jewish, then pick whatever their other half is and say, steal it.
That's a pretty...
Yeah. Or buy it wholesale.
Well, I will say, in honor, we mentioned Norm Macdonald earlier, and there was a headline that I wanted to write a joke about yesterday. It said, potential new cure found for baldness. And I was going to try to write a joke, but I couldn't think of anything but Norm Macdonald's classic Weekend Update joke. Potential new cure found for baldness. The catch? It only works on ears, noses, and backs.
Yeah.
The late, great Norm Macdonald.
R.I.P.
He's still old. Oh, right. Fuck.
No,
I know.
he's alive. He'll always be alive in our wonderful hearts.
My favorite Joe, we're out of time.
No,
I was just going to say my favorite.
I kind of need to go.
Oh, you got to go. Let's go. Yeah.
Wait. Oh, you have to leave.
Yeah, I have to actually.
Oh, my gosh.
Here,
well, then let's end this show. Thanks, everybody, for coming to Joke Zero. Thanks to Mob Crush. Thanks for checking out YouTube. Thanks to our friend Jason Kaye.
Yeah.
And we'll see you next time.
Look at all those people watching.